This thing just chopped my hand to pieces pretty much.
That hot liquid exploded onto me and created those nasty burns.
The gruesome injuries you see here are being blamed on a product that millions of health and fitness junkies have in their kitchens.
You ready to see it?
Yeah.
Let's give it a go. Schlink.
We're talking about the NutriBullet, the highly popular blender used primarily for smoothies and superfood drinks. More than 40 million have been sold worldwide.
This can help change your life. In fact, it could actually help save your life.
Or it can burst on you and leave you disfigured. That's according to 2 NutriBullet owners who are amongst 14 people currently suing the company after they say their units burst and left them with severe injuries. And they're not the only ones. Take a look. Headlines seen all around the country, claim after claim about units bursting on people and burning them.
I was making it, went to grab it, the container exploded off and my hand went right into the blades.
Brendan Casso tells me his NutriBullet burst just 15 seconds after turning it on this past September.
These 2 blade heights basically chopped into my palm.
This video demonstration, paid for by the plaintiff's attorneys, shows how it can happen. You can see the pressure build up as friction creates heat and the cap ruptures off, just spewing steaming liquid all over the place and leaving the test dummy's hands exposed to the blades.
Still to this day I can't feel my finger.
Casso's injuries were severe.
Immediately wasn't pain, it was more like the WTF moment. It was deep and, the meat was kind of hanging out. I had to go get stitches.
These devices do explode and they do injure people.
Cheryl Utal tells me her incident happened on a Saturday morning this past May.
I had my hands on it, like I normally do, as you put it in and turn it to lock it in place. It was on for maybe 15-20 seconds and exploded.
In Utal's lawsuit filed against NutriBullet, it says the assembly blade detached from the canister, spraying the now scalding contents of the canister all over the plaintiff's face, arms, and chest. As a result, Utal says she was left with painful second-degree burns.
It spins so fast that it heats up the contents get under pressure, and the device explodes.
The product has really no safety feature at all.
Doug Roshan is an attorney representing both Casso and Utal, as well as 12 other clients who are suing NutriBullet after they say their devices burst and left them with graphic injuries.
We represent one individual whose dominant right hand was mutilated.
A photo of that client's injuries in Las Vegas is graphic. Roshan tells me she's undergone 6 surgeries and is in constant pain.
The unit lid, the vessel exploded, and it caused her hands to fall into the blade.
Roshan says the problem with the NutriBullet is that it's a sealed vessel. That means there's no way for any pressure to escape, and there's no on-off switch.
It builds up pressure and heat within the unit, which causes the body of the vessel to separate from the blade assembly like a rocket ship, and it explodes.
But NutriBullet is pushing back against these allegations. Mark Suzumoto, NutriBullet's corporate attorney, tells me in a phone call that customer misuse of the NutriBullet is likely the explanation for any incidents of the devices bursting. While he concedes that the NutriBullet can heat up its contents because of friction, he says it is physically impossible for a NutriBullet to burst after just about 15 to 20 seconds of use with cool or room temperature contents, as both Casso and Utal are now claiming. For those reasons, NutriBullet is contesting the lawsuits. In response to Utal's case, they filed motions to strike portions of her complaints on the grounds that they are irrelevant or improper.
NutriBullet has taken the position that it must be user error.
Roshan says NutriBullet is denying any responsibility for his client's injuries.
They believe that they are getting off by providing warnings in user manuals. Those warnings have changed over the course of the last several years to provide more information, but have not addressed the general safety concern involved with this product.
Casso tells me his NutriBullet left him with permanent nerve damage in his hand.
The minute I try to close my hand rapidly, it doesn't come all the way in.
And that's one of the reasons why Roshan is calling on NutriBullet to make what he says would be a cheap and easy fix, just installing a pressure relief plug.
For $1 a unit, they could make these units safe, and they choose not to.
But NutriBullet's attorney says their devices are already governed by rigorous safety standards, and the addition of such a plug could lead to liquid being pumped out and causing a big mess.
You just can't allow something like this to be on the market without even caring.
I need people to know that this could happen to them. Because if I had known that it would have happened to me, I never would have used that device.
Fix it.
Now, I do want to point out that the NutriBullet manual advises people not to blend liquids that are hot and also not to use the device for longer than 1 minute because of potential heating issues. But both of the people we interviewed in this story said they were following those rules. They were not using anything hot. One was blending a smoothie. The other claims he was blending oats and eggs for some type of a breakfast crepe. Now, I do want to read one final statement from NutriBullet's corporate attorney in response to this story, saying, quote, "Customer safety and satisfaction are paramount at NutriBullet. Reports of blenders, which have operated normally for years, suddenly turning cool ingredients into scalding hot mixtures after less than 20 seconds of normal operation, or components of unthreading during use, are perplexing and contrary to the hundreds of millions of uses by satisfied NutriBullet customers worldwide. We will investigate the claims thoroughly and analyze the blenders in question to determine exactly what happened. Whatever the circumstances surrounding these accidents, we wish prompt and complete recoveries to those involved." Christine and Laura?
Bill, we're hearing that Rosa Rivera, the mother of the late Jenny Rivera, has called a news conference tomorrow. Do you know anything about it?
That's correct. She's going to be holding a press conference tomorrow morning because she claims that just over a week ago, she was using her NutriBullet when it burst out of nowhere and spewed liquid up onto her face and her neck and caused some serious second-degree burns. She was hospitalized because of it, and her attorneys are actually the same attorneys representing the clients that we told you about in our story right here. So they have, I believe we said at last check, 14 active lawsuits. It would appear that they're going to have more, and again, NutriBullet is contesting these allegations. They are saying in pretty much all these cases it's got to be user error, and that they have millions upon millions of users all across the world who use the product every single day and don't have any issues.
Yeah, so many people have those. All right, Bill, thank you very much.